What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Fitment Industries Garage. Today we're doing something you probably think you know how to do, but I can almost guarantee that you're doing it wrong. And that's washing your dang car. Now, there are a ton of different ways that you can do this at various different levels of OCD and at very differentiating price points. Today, we will be focusing on a bare bones DIY, no power washer, using cost-effective products to get you the best results for the best value. This is not a detail. Of course, before we get into that though, please consider subscribing if you guys haven't already, and don't forget to head over to fitmentindustries.com for all of your wheel, tire, suspension, and carbon car care products. Let's get started. Okay, so first things first, let's prepare our hardware. You're gonna need 3 buckets, one for your paint soap, one to rinse your wash mitt before you reapply soap, and one for your wheels. A paint wash mitt, a wheel mitt or brush, and preferably a foam gun. I got this leaky POS at Walmart for $20. Then you're just gonna need some of your basic wash products. Carbon car care wash soap, wheel cleaner, degreaser, bug and tar remover, and that's all that's really required for something like this. The first and one of the most overlooked steps I see is we're just gonna look at it. Take a minute to inspect the car before you start slapping your mitts all over it. What we're looking for is medium to large contaminants that could get caught in our wash mitt, because once that happens, it's game over. You're gonna swirl them all around if they get stuck in there, and that's not good. If you see any large bugs, tar, any sort of road grime, leaves, anything visibly 3-dimensional, remove it before you wash. Like this, you see this? You don't want this. It's gonna scratch your shit. Bug carcasses, scratch your paint. Next up is to make sure you're in the shade. Now, for our circumstances, we couldn't do that, but that's best practice. Make sure the surfaces are cool to the touch, because if you leave the car in the sun during the wash, or you wash on a hot car, water and cleaning products are going to evaporate very, very quickly, leaving hard water spots and overall making your wash more of a pain in the butt than it needs to be. That's what we're gonna do. Pain in the butt. Once we've established that we have a cool car and large debris has been removed, we're going to immediately attack the wheels one at a time. The reason we do the wheels first is because we don't want all of that wheel grime splashing up onto our paint during the wash. Wheel grime is mostly made out of brake dust, which is made up of a bunch of tiny, sharp little medical particles, and we don't want any of that stuff getting up on the paint. So rinse your wheel, spray your cleaner on it, let it sit for 10, 15 seconds, maybe a minute, and get the scrubbing. I really like a long wheel brush to allow me to clean my entire inner barrel, and these brushes also let me get into the nooks and crannies in the back of the spokes and things like that. Once the wheels are all cleaned up, we can move into rinsing the car down and getting foam on it. What foam's going to do to help us is it's going to loosen some of the dirt and the debris, and it's actually going to stick to the foam and carry it off of the car. Now, this isn't some miracle process that's going to eliminate the dirtiness from the car, but it's an extra step to help minimize the scratches you're inevitably going to create while sliding a wash mitt all over your paint. Once you give the foam a few seconds to sit, go ahead and rinse the car off. Now we're ready for our wash and rinse bucket. I'm sure we all know the term top down, but a lot of people seem to take it a bit too literally and out of context. We're not just washing from the top in a downward motion, we're washing from cleanest to dirtiest. So start with the roof and the glass, and then the hood, and then the trunk. Then the top half of the corners of the car in 4 sections. So the top half of the front fenders and the front door, and then move to the top half of the rear door and rear quarter, all the way around the car. Once that is done, then you can start doing the dirtiest portions of your car, which is the lower portion of the fenders and the doors and the front bumper. And the last thing on the wash list is the rear area of your vehicle. This is where a lot of the dirt and debris and foreign objects and foreign fluids collect on the car while you're driving, making it one of the dirtiest. Next up is drying the vehicle. Now, this is where a majority of your scratches and your swirl marks are going to come from. So make sure you're using something very soft, clean, and use lubrication, like a quick detail or something like that. A little trick I personally like to use is a drying agent. This is going to add a hydrophobic property to the surface of your paint. It's not long-term, but it will help a lot of the water bead up and slip right off. And the less water you need to remove, the less marring you're gonna do to your paint with your towel. Well, there you have it, a clean, dry, properly washed vehicle. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see us do next. Don't forget to subscribe if you've enjoyed the content and hit the bell to stay up to date with all of our uploads. We upload 4 days a week and you're not going to want to miss any of it. And don't forget to head over to fitmentindustries.com to get your wheel, tire, and suspension game on point. We also carry most of the car care products that you've seen me use in this video. I'm Sean from Fitment Industries Garage. Peace.